All right. I'm Craig LeDuc. I'm with Schooley Mitchell. And, I end up in all kinds of situations where people will ask me what I do. And you can say, well, I'm with Schooley Mitchell. And they go, what's a Schooley Mitchell? And, we are the largest organization of our type in Canada and North America in terms of expense reduction. But that usually isn't a buzzword or doesn't get people real excited. So normally if I'm in a low-key situation, I will simply say I'm a zookeeper. And people will look at me and go, zookeeper? In southern Utah? What do you mean? And I'll say, okay, let me rephrase that. I'm a zookeeper for professionals. And they'll still scratch their head and go, okay, what's going on here? I said, well, simply put, I keep the wolves off the doorstep and the monkeys off your back. And at that point, it's like, okay, come on, Craig, just tell us what you do. And quite frankly, the concept is simple. If you're a business owner, chances are you're getting 3 or 4 phone calls a week from merchant services guys trying to get you to switch the service. You're getting phone calls from AT&T or CenturyLink or whomever. Change your service. And you want to just hang up on them. Those are the wolves at the doorstep kind of thing. You've got all of these fixed expenses. You'd like to get them down. But quite frankly, you just don't have the ability to do that on your own. Or you just don't take the time because you've got everybody else in your organization trying to put the other priorities ahead of it. So you don't want to hang up on them. And yet again, you wonder whether you're getting the service you're supposed to. Well, that's where we come in. We come in and do no-cost audits. All we're going to do is gather information. We're going to look at your wireline providers. We're going to look at your wireless providers. We're going to look at your internet people, where appropriate, cable services, etc. Basically anything to do with telecommunications. We're also going to do it for merchant services. And we're going to go back and compare your type of business to other types of businesses nationally. We're going to compare your rates locally versus national rates. We're going to look at half a dozen different carriers. We're independent. So we don't have to pitch any given set of services. We're going to evaluate it for billing errors. We're going to make sure that you're not overpaying for services you don't need. And then finally, we're going to go back through with your existing carrier and other carriers and renegotiate rates. Now, this takes us about 4 to 6 weeks to put together. It's not simple. It's not easy, which is why you guys can't do it yourselves. You don't want to do it yourselves, and up to this point, haven't done it yourselves. So we're going to do all that work for you, and we're going to do it at no charge. Because 80% of the time, we're going to find savings in the 20 to 30% range. At that point, we're going to sit down with you and review your options. You're going to have an option A, an option B, and usually an option C. And you get to pick, essentially. You can pick none of them, but we're going to show you exactly where the savings opportunities are. Now, if you look at that, 75% of the time, it's just a matter of renegotiating with your current carrier. But some cases may involve a switch. Either way, you tell us what you want done, we'll do it, and then you're going to split the savings with us over 3 years. Now, I have people say, well, why 3 years? That's a long contract. Because every 3 months, we go back and take that same data and analyze it again. Technology is changing rapidly. So we want to make sure that you've got the right system at the right time. And it may be that for a year, we do nothing other than maintain what you've got going. But a year in, we're going to come in and say, hey, you know what? There's a new system available now from such and such a carrier, and this is going to reduce your expenses even further. Do you want to look at it? So we become not just auditors, but we become your partners. We allow you to take a segment of your business that is not what you're in business for and take it off the table for you. And again, it doesn't cost you anything. We're simply taking what the carrier is pulling back off the table that you were writing checks for. And now we're going to split that savings with you. So you don't have to budget it out of your equipment spending. You don't have to budget it out of your basic utility spending. Essentially, we get to fix what up to this point for you have been fixed costs.